Okay, so we're continuing from the same place where we left off, part 1 of lesson 10, and I showed you how array can be used when we need elements of the same type. And remember that all the A's are all integers. I cannot mix them. And if I define this array with characters, car, then all of them would be type car, but that's okay because that's what we want. So now let's go back to our problem with the string. So I can define a string in C, let's call it str, and let's say I'll give it 10, and then I can initialize it with a value. I'll put A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And only when I define the character string or the array of characters, only then I can give it a value in this way. I will show you in a little bit why, but this is a way to initialize, to put an initial value into a character array, and the name of the character array is str and the length is 10. Now, internally, the way C represents the character array that I put like this with the double quotes, C will add another character at the end, and the character at the end will be symbolized with a /0, and we call this character null. So every time C deals with a string, it automatically ends it with a null in order to know where the string ends. So if you look at the length of the string here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 9 because if I put here 10, I have to leave one space or one character for the null that C puts for me when it sees a string with a double quote. And I can show you that if we compile this, let's say this is all our program, we'll erase the rest of it. If I put instead of 9 characters, I would put 10, I'll add the J, and I'll try to compile it. It will tell me that there is an error, and the error is that there are too many characters, it's too long. Now if I drop the J, and then I compile, so now it's okay. It just gives me a warning. It says str is a variable that's unused because I just defined a variable but I didn't use it, but it's a correct thing. If I do printf %s str, then we'll be fine because now I'm using str and now it will not give me any warning and it will be build succeeded. So again, the conclusion is when we have double quotes and we put a string in double quotes, C always adds the null at the end of the string. Now if I put one character, it doesn't put the null. So that's the difference. If I define a variable car A1 and I put in it some character, then the only thing that A1 will have is the character F, and it will not add. It only adds it when it's a double quote and it's a string. So now let's see what we can do with a string. Now, when I defined str as a string or array of characters, if I do str equals another string, I will have a problem. The C compiler will not like it. I can show you. See, it says that I have an error because I cannot assign to a string, I cannot assign anything except when I defined it. Remember I said when I define it I can put initial value, but after that, if I want to change the value of str, what I'll have to do is I'll have to do the change one character at a time. So I can say str of 0 in square brackets equals W. And then I can say str of 4 equals Z. And now let's put the print again after this, and we'll see what happens when we print it. So what happens here? Here I initially put str, I put the string ABCD through I, right? So this print will print me exactly this string. Then I decided to change single elements inside the character array. I decided to change the first character, which was A. This was str of 0, and I put the letter W instead. So W will override this A. And then I went to the fourth element, and the fourth element would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be the E. The E will be changed to a Z. So if I print the string now, it will give me the W in the beginning and the Z where the E was. So let's run this and see if I am correct. Okay, A1 is not used, it's just a warning, so it's not so important. But now let's run it. Okay, let's find it first. Strings, I called it. Put it here. Run it. And if you can see here, first it printed, we didn't do new lines, so it printed it in one line. The first string is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and the second string starts with a W. And then it has the Z here, and the W. As I said, it changed those individual characters because we changed it one by one. So that's the conclusion, that if we want to change a string, we have to change one character at a time, and initially we can put a whole string into that character array. So we're running out of time, and I'll probably have to do lesson 10 part 3 as well.